So what led you to vote at this place rather than down there? Like, I know it's been a little confusing with where people have had to vote today, but what was your experience with that like?
It was good. I just assumed because I was from Raleigh and this was the transfer voting precinct that I'd have to come down here. So we just decided to come down to this one first, check it out. I've been told I've been in the wrong place before, so I wouldn't have been surprised if we had gotten sitting down the hall. But it was pretty easy once we got in there.
Yeah. How does it feel to have a polling site on campus and a place to vote that's accessible and that's near? Like, what do you think about that?
I think it's really important. I don't think I would have driven 3 hours home to Raleigh to vote, so I don't know that I would have voted today without this precinct being here.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are doing that. What do you think about the confusion at what's going on? If people could have been told early. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This is my first time voting out of my home precinct. I didn't find it to be that confusing, but it was different, having your ballot sealed and knowing that it's going to get mailed off than seeing it scanned. So that process is a little uncomfortable, just in my opinion, because I think having it scanned and be readily accessible right then and there is a little bit better. But
So you are a first-time voter?
no, I voted in 2016.
Oh, okay. So how does it feel voting for the second time?
Good. I mean, it's fun. I think it's important that everybody comes out to do it. It's kind of like a rite of passage, especially being 18 in the 2016 election. That was special, but not as exciting as a presidential election, but still just as important.
So what led you to this polling site specifically? Because I know there is a lot going down there, and some have been asked to move back here, so why here?
Well, I'm not registered to vote in Watauga County, but I am in my home county. And so over here they were able to switch me over and help me vote today.
Oh, that's perfect. And was the process easy? I know a lot of people have had some confusion about it. What was your experience with that?
It wasn't too confusing. I was more scared to figure out what to do because it's my first time doing this stuff. But it wasn't confusing once the ladies explained everything.
So how does it feel as a first-time voter?
I kind of want to cry. It's cute. I like it.
Anything else you kind of want to talk about with voting today? Just how the experience went, and would you do it again?
Most definitely would do it again. It's very important, and all of you should do it too.
We set up this tent, and we've just been encouraging people to vote, and then telling them, showing them sample ballots, and then also pulling up their precinct. So when you register to vote, you are registered to vote a specific precinct and polling place for election day. During early voting, you can vote wherever you want. So for the past 2.5 weeks, we've had early voting at the student union where you can vote at any time. And then election day, the only people that are assigned to vote at the student union are people who are registered to vote at the student union, if that makes sense. So I'm registered to vote at the Armory, but I could theoretically, if I hadn't early voted, still vote at the student union using a provisional ballot. And provisional ballot is the same thing as any other ballot, only it gets counted 10 days later. And they just check to make sure that you really are registered in Watauga County. If you are registered in Watauga County, that provisional ballot will be counted, no matter what. If you are registered to vote in Watauga County, that ballot counts. They're just making sure that you are registered. So I'm not registered in, say, Alamance County. I cast a provisional ballot here, then they wouldn't count it. But people are getting worried because they're afraid that if they cast a provisional ballot, their vote won't be counted. That's not true. If you're registered to vote in Watauga County, your ballot will be counted. That's really that's the main thing that we've been trying to make sure people know, because if you live on west side of campus and your precinct is the agricultural center, you're not going to be able to walk there, or you just don't have the time. I mean, I have class all day usually most days, so the student union is the most easy thing. And right now the line is long because of the provisional ballots. It's about an hour, but that's why you early vote too. Yeah. And you cannot register to vote today. You can only do it during early voting or during the registration period.